hello, brave and fabulous purplecon attendees. Woo! It is my pleasure to welcome you all here. And it is also my pleasure to welcome Uncle Allan, to officially welcome us all to purplecon. What year is this? 2024? We're back. Well, they're back. I'm new. Some of us are very purple, and we're all here. And some of us are joining virtually, and we're all purple. Uncle Allan.
Except for me. If I'd have known it was a dress down, then I would have come in jeans, maybe in shorts, maybe. But good morning to you lovely people, if I can put it that way. How are you? Is that without a coffee or? I want to say again, how are you? Let's do it loud. Very good. Now, the reason why I did that is to make sure that our creator, Biami, is listening, he or she, because we have a creator. And Biami has told us that the stories and the dream time and the reflection and the responsibility for caring for land and working off land. Now, I should have came in jeans and shorts. I just realised, looking at you fellas, I should have, and I wasn't aware of the protocols anyway. A welcome to country is about coming into country and also acknowledging the First Nations people. I want to pay respects to the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. But before I go into the deep meaning, is also I want to pay respects to the following. Pamoy. If you can have time, research it. Look it up, Pamoy, our greatest warrior who fought against the Redcoats during those occupation of the colonial. And we're not very far away from that spot when they came here and they took possession of Australia and then stole our land. They stole our land. We don't have a treaty, nor we don't have an agreement. But also I want to pay respects to Mosquito, another warrior, and also I want to pay respects to Bangaroo, an Aboriginal lady who dined with the governors at the time in those first 10 years of occupation. And she would dine with the governors and say, hey, why are you treating our people this way? We've been having those voices of concerns from day dot when the Europeans came to this country. And guess what? We continue to have that same dialogue today. Yeah. And with Bangaroo, Patagaran was a novice and probably done what you guys are doing, is trying to trace the language of the Gadigal people. And Patagaran was actually a translator, but a black fella, translator, talking to the Europeans at the time. So we say this, is that in my mother's native for hello is Yama, and goodbye, Yulu. My father, my mum's a Gamilaroi woman, my father is a Wiradjuri Yorta Yorta, and we say Yamadam again in the language. Yamadam means welcome to Gadigal land. And in Gadigal, through Patagaran, to try and trace the lineage of the words, is that Birajagura, which means g'day. How can you get g'day out of that language? But somehow we use it today. So, but a welcome to country of late has been bastardised to the point that white fellas trying to be black fellas are doing welcome to country. But you look at me, I look more Aboriginal than anyone else. But this is the problem that we got, is that we've got identity issues now, and we have been for the past 200 plus years. But we do have a relationship to the land to make sure that we understand the Aboriginal sides, men's sides, women's sides, girls' sides, boys' sides, ceremonies, etc. We're not very far from a ceremony place. You look at the Domain Park, that's where the Gadigal village was. That's where it was, and it was actually taken over. And with our Welcome to Country is to have that relationship to the land, to make sure that we, as First Nations people, can speak for country. But when you leave this place and you walk outside the State Library, take a deep breath, look down on the ground, even though it's concrete, but beneath that concrete is Gadigal land. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land. And when it comes to that important date coming up, so we've had the foul referendum on the 10th of October, 12 months after, but now we're recycling back through the calendar. Now we've got to be challenging ourselves about the 26th of January. And what does it mean for us? What does it mean for Australians and so forth? But a Welcome to Country is about respecting one another, First Nations people, to make sure you have the right connections. Imagine this, is that Aboriginal people in this country have been here for 65,000 years. That means I'm part of a generation of families and families of family who've lived off the land, and we've kept Australia the way it is. But for you guys, being a young and vibrant community, the legacy is going to be put onto you. You're going to have to look after Australia. You've got to make sure that we don't pollute Australia. We don't have nuclear aspects and so forth. You've got to do the right thing and make sure you protect it, because if you don't protect Australia and Mother Earth, who's going to protect you? So with that, and I'll put it out today, and we'll see how good you guys are. Imagine that we're marching down Broadway going towards Victoria Park in January, and we sing out. And if you know our catch cry, join me. Always was, always will be.
Aboriginal land.
You got it. Let's do it again and do it louder. Always was, always will be.
Aboriginal land.
Well done. Thank you very much.